Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Star Wars Battlefront 2. In this episode, we will be landing on the planet Kashyyyk and liberating it from the CIS. This is possible because we broke through their blockade in the last video.
When we arrived on Kashyyyk, things were just as bad as we feared. The droids had us outgunned, outmaneuvered, and outmanned by a 5-to-1 margin. What none of us had counted on was the Wookiees. We'd all heard the stories, of course, but we'd never fought next to them. Never seen them rip apart a droid with their bare hands. They were magnificent. Even so, it was still a suicide mission. At least it was until Master Yoda arrived. Then it became a battle. A winnable battle.
And let's begin winning that battle using the basic clone trooper class.
This is it, men. We have to hold this beachhead until reinforcements arrive. No retreats, no excuses.
Aye aye, whoever you are. I mean, I guess you're my commanding officer, but that's never really explained. Oh well. See this checkpoint? This is the only checkpoint that matters right now. And by checkpoint, I mean command post. What am I talking about? Anyway, I'm going to go grab this IFTX tank, also known as a Saber-class hover tank. This vehicle is unusual in that it was actually introduced in one of the Star Wars novels, Boba Fett Crossfire. And most of the vehicles in this game come from the movies, but this actually originated in the books. And it actually has appeared in a great many Star Wars-based works since then, just never in the movies. It's in a few other video games. It's in... I got blown up. It's in the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoons. It's in comic books. It's all over the place, really. But it's from just some crappy paperback for teenagers that you would order out of a Scholastic magazine catalog. Scholastic catalog. They don't have magazines, they have catalogs. Catalogs are the ones where you buy things out of them. Magazines are the ones where you don't buy things out of them. I need to keep that straight in my head. Not that it matters because print is dead. I just rhymed. How about that? I should rhyme all the time. I should rhyme like a mime, except mimes don't rhyme because they don't speak. A mime that speaks is a mime that's weak. It's a mime you need to tweak so that it will not speak. What am I doing? There's a battle to fight. I'm going to use the shock trooper right now. These landmines will be useful for holding the line. And this rocket launcher will be useful for something that rhymes with launcher. Like blowing up vehicles launcher. Even if the enemies were stauncher, they could not stand up to my rocket launcher. Alright, that's all I got, sorry. Poetry hour is over. Please leave a tip. I just gotta hold this position for 30 more seconds. And not get killed. But that part doesn't seem to be happening. So I'll settle for holding the position and also getting killed. Because death is not the end, only the beginning of a new life as a clone engineer. Which also doesn't last very long, but, you know, whatever. I just need to survive for less than 10 seconds now. That should not be a problem. I guess it is a problem. Ah! But they didn't capture it in time.
Fall back behind the seawall. We must protect the Wookiee base.
They just turned it disputed, and now we have another command post back here, so we're good! We're good. The battle goes on.
We must defend the oil refinery at all costs. If we don't, this whole place is going to blow. No
problem, we have wooden barricades. That'll help us. Maybe not. Okay. Wow, those weren't helpful at all. Well, fortunately, we just have to hold these two tiny doors. Unfortunately, there's only one of me. And, my teammates are not smart enough to cluster around either of the doors. They're going to hold off in the back where they're useless. So I've got to hold both of these choke points by myself. Because the AI in this game is terrible. Oh well. Ow. I got shot in the face. That was painful. I still want to be the engineer though, and you'll find out why soon. And by soon I mean right now, apparently. Yes, when the sea wall is breached like that, then the enemy can roll their tanks in. Tanks are the only things... Tanks are the only things with enough firepower to really do damage to the oil refinery. So, the real objective here is to keep the seawall up as much as possible so that tanks like that one can't get in here and start launching rockets at the refinery. Fortunately, the engineer still has his anti-vehicular weapon, the det pack, with which I just missed. Now the tank is holding still, I ought to be able to hit it. Boom. Explode. It wasn't enough. Looks like the NPCs have got this one though. Even with the tank's firepower, the refinery is really durable. This is a pretty easy mission. So easy, in fact, I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit. Three, two, one, complete. Haha. What's next?
Way to hold them back, man. Now let's push forward and send them packing.
Proud I am to stand by Wookiees in their hour.
Yes, Master Yoda is here.
They've breached the sea wall.
And I get to play as him. They've breached the sea wall, but it doesn't really matter because they're no longer trying to blow up the oil refinery. Now, if they take that command post in front of the oil refinery, that would be bad because then we'd be out and unable to respawn, and the enemy would win. But the oil refinery itself does not matter. For some reason, they've just given up on exploding it. You'll notice that my reinforcement count is much higher. That's the number 34 at the top of the screen. It was lower than that, if I'm not mistaken. And now my objective is to simply push back and capture every single command post, which will be much easier with the help of Master Yoda. Because he is fast and powerful. Look at him take out this tank. Pretty impressive. Now, oh hey, my landmines from the very first objective are here. Nobody walked on that one. That's funny. I'm just going to stand right here and capture this command post. I really like this mission. I like how it starts out very difficult. We're being, battered on all sides on this one command post. Then we have to fall back even further because we lose it, no matter what, basically. And then you get your reinforcements and you get your hero unit and you push back and just completely own all the droids who had been kicking your butt earlier in the mission. It's a good feeling. Anyway, now I'm going to show you what makes Yoda so overpowered on this mission. He is underneath the water. Did you see that? It doesn't matter in the single-player campaign, but when you do this map in multiplayer, there's a lot of fighting going on over the water there. And what you're about to see is that lasers do not travel underwater. But the lightsaber still works underwater. So Yoda can stand underneath the water and be completely protected completely protected from enemy fire by the surface of the ocean. It's an easy way to rack up kills, but kills don't matter in single player since you have an unlimited number of enemies. See? That guy could do absolutely nothing because he couldn't hit me because I was underwater. Let's see, that Spider Walker is slightly intimidating, but as long as I stand behind this rock, I should be okay. Out. Behind the rock, Yoda, not next to the rock. This is the last command post to capture before the mission is won. So, let's just turn that little meter blue. And then I can worry about that Spider Walker, but honestly it doesn't matter at this point.
Great work, troops. Kashyyyk lives to fight another...
Destroy! Durr! I'll see you next time, brothers and sisters.
With the timely arrival of Master Yoda, the 501st was able to hold the line against the Seps on Kashyyyk. We left as heroes. Years later, we'd return as conquerors.
Ooh, could that be foreshadowing? Yes, it could.